According to RBC's third annual debt poll, the rest of us are carrying, on average, almost $16,000 in debt, and that has increased by an average of $2,779. And joining me now in studio is Jeffrey Schwartz. He's Executive Director of Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada Incorporated. Jeffrey, good to see you. 24% of Canadians claim to be debt-free. That's down from 26%. Why are these numbers concerning to you?
Well, they're concerning in so much as that not enough people are paying off their debt. We're seeing it on a daily basis at Consolidated, and people are still continuing to rack up the debt.
Why are they unable to pay it off?
Well, in a lot of cases, it's the type of debt that they're piling on, and perhaps the interest rates and fees associated with those. It's just making it almost impossible for them to garner up the money to pay it off when they're just trying to service it.
Yeah. Now, this is non-mortgage debt that we're talking about, so this is not including any mortgages that you have on your house or that kind of thing. So is this credit card debt? Are these car loans? What are we talking about?
Well, it's credit card debt, but you know what we're seeing over the last little while is this huge increase in short-term payday loan style debt.
Really?
And it's not just one, it's several.
So people are going into these payday loan places and taking out loans at a higher interest rate than what they could get at a bank, but don't qualify.
Right, and you know what, it's easy. It's because it's easy. And going back to the mortgage side of things, is Canadians are very good at keeping up to date and current with the mortgages, but something else has got to give. If they don't have the money and they bought too much house, then what they're faced with is, well, I do need some money and I haven't curbed my spending habits. Where am I going to get it? Where am I going to get it now?
When you talk about Canadians going into these payday loan things, is it the average Canadian, or is this have you broken down who's going into it? Are these typical mom and pops? Would we be surprised at the people looking to get this kind of loan fast?
I think you would, because I think it's everybody that's going in there and saying, listen, I don't want to be faced with a decline at my bank. I just want to do something quick. I've got to buy groceries. I've got to do this. And it's just an easy fix for them. And they're thinking that, you know, it's just a short-term thing. I can get back on my feet. I'll pay this off and I'll move ahead.
Right.
But unless they change their spending habits, that's not necessarily going to happen.
Okay, we have some tips to try and help people dig out of debt. Let's talk a little bit about them. You say to plan ahead. That sounds easy, but how do you go about doing it?
Well, planning ahead, it's really as simple as a budget. We've got Halloween happening now, and then we've got the holidays down the road, but have you included that in your budget, and have you accounted for that money? The next thing we do is say is, you know what? Make a repayment plan, but make it automatic. Make it invisible. So have it automatically deducted from your paycheck each month and have it go towards a savings account or towards paying off some debt. Then you don't see it, and you'll make do with what you have left.
Credit cards. I know they're convenient. I know they're easy. You say get rid of them.
Just stop using credit. I mean, how do you expect to pay it off if you're actually adding to it each and every month?
Right, right. What about asking for help? Where can people turn if they're feeling overwhelmed, if they're feeling embarrassed? Where do they go? Well,
Consolidated is a nonprofit credit counseling agency that we do this all day long. But look for a trusted advisor. You know, this is simple stuff we're saying, but it's not really easy. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to be dedicated to try and pay off that debt and live within your means.
How long does it normally take the average Canadian to pay off the average amount of debt, would you say?
Well, it could be a lifetime.
Wow.
People could be carrying it on forever. But in some of our programs, we try and get people out of debt within 3.5 to 4 years. And that's what we strive to, because then you can move on and clear the slate and start again.
Jerry Schwartz joining me in studio, Executive Director of Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. Thank you.
You're welcome.